Today on Karamo, Tyrill is 17 years old.
You're here for a big moment.
Yeah.
His mother told him the name of a man who could be his father.
If you had a thought all this time, why not tell him?
Just 3 days ago.
My sister has a lot to do with it too.
You won't believe how her sister is involved.
I'm the person who told him his father wasn't his father because he asked me.
Now it's two sisters at war.
She's a loser.
One teen caught in the middle.
He wants to know who his father is. That's all that matters.
And one man named Steven, who literally just found out he could be this teen's father.
For me to find this out, this was a very shock to me.
The DNA outcome will be revealed.
Which one of you like to open this?
Will this teen find out Steven is his father, or will he find out his mother is wrong? The emotional answer is unlocked today.
All right. My next guest, Tyrill, is 17 and has never known who his father is until 3 days ago, when his mother finally gave him a name, a man named Steven. Tyrill is here to uncover the DNA truth. I'm gonna go backstage and talk to him because Tyrill is young, so I'll be right back. Hey, Tyrill, how you doing?
What up?
Nice to meet you. Can I have a hug? You're fine, man. Nice to meet you. How you feeling right now?
Good.
All right. So tell me, you're here for a big moment.
Yeah.
When was the first time you heard about your father and heard his name? Or potential father?
To be honest, I didn't even know there was a guy named Steven once in my life before. Because the name that I was told was never Steven.
Got it. And so this is gonna be the first time you ever see Steven today?
Yes.
What are you thinking about? What are your thoughts?
I don't know, for real, to be honest.
Yeah. It's a lot to process.
Just, if he's my dad, then he owes me a lot. It's gonna be more than what I have to ask him for.
Makes
But
sense.
if he's not, then I don't know.
How long have you been waiting to know this information?
Pretty much ever since
Okay.
I was able to speak and walk and do everything.
So what would your mother say to you when you'd ask her about your father?
It was more like, she would be like, oh, you know who he is? Because the name on my birth certificate was a guy who I really thought it would, and she would tell me that he was a rapper or some other joint. I was like, oh, all right. And then I started to realize, I'm like, there's no way that's my dad, because if he was a rapper, that would mean that he would be able to support me and support anybody else, for real.
So she told you he was someone famous?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Got it. How did you not knowing this information about who your father is did it put a strain on you, the relationship with your mother?
A little bit. It kind of did hurt, and I did distance myself from pretty much like half my family because of that. I just took time and really thought about it, and it hurts to grow up and not have one. And as I'm growing up, I also grew up without my mom, so it was like as I'm growing, it hurts because I don't really have nobody beside me. So now that I have my aunt, I'm glad that I have my aunt because she's really working hard to help me, stuff like that. So, you know.
I hear that. So why was your mother not in your life?
I think about like 6 or 7, something happened. She told me not to tell school, and I went telling anyway. So it separated, and then I went through DCF, and then switch, and then.
So something happened, and she told you not to tell the school, and you just said something at school?
Yeah.
And I need you to know before we go any further, because I used to work with kids who were in that situation, and sometimes you can think it's your fault that you were separated. It wasn't your fault because you were honest. I need you to know that.
Yeah.
It wasn't your fault. Just because an adult said don't say anything and you said something, that's not your place to hold a lie or a secret. It's your place to always feel safe and secure. And you should just know that. So how's your relationship with your aunt? Is it good?
Oh, it's more than good. I take my aunt as if like she a real parent. Like she's probably like the best parent you can ever have. For
Do you love her?
more than anything.
Good. Well, listen, I'm gonna have you go back to the green room because while I figure some things out with your aunt, your mom, with Steve, your potential father, I want to make sure that we can talk as adults and you don't have to be involved in any of that.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you hang in the green room, and then I'm going to come and get you when it's time. Does that work?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
All right, thank you.
Listen, you're a very intelligent man. You know that. Very intelligent young man, okay?
All right.
All right. Everyone, please welcome Tyrell's mother, Patricia, to the show. Hi, Patricia.
Hello, how
Can I have
are
a
you?
hug?
Yes.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Take a seat for me. So when did you first tell Tyrell about his father?
Well, I haven't had that conversation with Tyrill since he was a kid. He was under the impression another guy was his father.
Mm-hmm.
So
He said there was a rapper on his. What rapper name did he put on the birth certificate?
that's the guy. What he did is, so he said he went behind my back and he did his own DNA test. And he wasn't the father.
She only told her 17-year-old son about who his father is 3 days ago.
My sister has a lot to do with it, too.
And you won't believe how her sister is involved.
I'm the person who told him his father wasn't his father.
Plus, will Tyrell want to hear the DNA outcome with his mother or not?
I want to know, do you feel like you want to sit out there and receive these results?
Stay tuned.
My next guest, Tyrell, is 17 and has never known who his father is until 3 days ago, when his mother finally gave him a name, a man named Steven. Tyrell is here to uncover the DNA truth.
He went behind my back and he did his own DNA test. And he wasn't the father. So at that point, he just pushed himself away from Tyrell. Even though he signed his birth certificate and was there in his life till about the age of 5, he just completely just closed us out.
All right, we'll get back to that later, the secret DNA test. But why weren't you in Tyrell's life?
I had custody of Tyrell when he was a baby, and I had to fight for custody from the alleged father because me and him had joint custody. And he took the baby, ran and hid for 3 years. I found the baby because he enrolled him in school. I dropped my lease in Connecticut, and then I moved to New York, and that's how I caught the DCF case.
So when Tyrell moved in with your sister, you didn't even know because your sister didn't tell you she got him?
No, my mom told me.
Okay.
My mom told me because when DCF had took my son from me, and they had gave me all these requirements to get custody back, what I did is I gave them my mom information and had my mom come and pick him up in New York so he could be with my other 2 kids.
Got it.
And then his behavior got out of control, and my mom couldn't handle him, and my sister said, let me do it.
So do you get along with your sister?
I would say we on speaking terms. I don't have a problem with my sister. I've always loved her, always wanted to be there to support her and everything she do. You know, if there's any way I can help, I would try to help. So I don't know what's this animosity that she has towards me.
Okay.
I think it's from witnessing all the domestic violence that went on in the home when we were kids between me and my mom.
What age does she have custody of your son?
I think when he was 15.
15, okay then. Does your relationship with your sister affect your relationship with Tyrell?
No.
Okay.
No, because he's of age now. He speaks for himself.
So why is he not living with you now?
He doesn't want to.
Okay. Do you want him to?
I do.
You do want him to?
I do. And because I feel as though he needs structure. He needs discipline.
And you don't feel like he gets that in your sister's house?
No, that's why he wanted to go there. So because she gives them leeway. She lets them be men when he should be a child.
Okay.
He dropped out of high school. Then they tried Job Corps. He wasn't successful with Job Corps. I don't know what else to do.
Got it. Got it. Tell me about his alleged father, Steven.
Steven had a girlfriend when we met. And me and Steven were basically just fooling around with each other. It wasn't anything serious. Steven wanted something serious to come out of it. But at that time, at that age, I just wasn't ready to settle down.
Got it. Why did you only tell him about Steven 3 days ago, though? If you had a thought all this time, why not tell him?
You're right. You're right. I should have told him a long time ago, but I didn't think he was mature enough to have that conversation.
Okay.
And my sister has a lot to do with it, too.
Well, everyone, I want to hear Aquatia's side of the story, so let's welcome Aquatia to the show. Hi, Aquatia. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
So how do you feel about everything that was just said?
You don't have that right.
Remember, you said that.
You're his mother.
Why does Tyrill live with his aunt and not his mother?
You lost your kids because of dumb mistakes.
And is this man Tyrell's father or not?
There's only one other possibility.
Steven, I see you shaking your head. What are you thinking about?
Stay tuned for the DNA outcome.
You are the father. Get off my stage.
So at that point, he just pushed himself away from Tyrill. Even though he signed his birth certificate and was there in his life till about the age of 5.
So when Tyrill moved in with your sister, you didn't even know because your sister didn't tell you she got him.
No.
Well, everyone, I want to hear Aquatia's side of the story. So how do you feel about everything that was just said?
I'm not okay with that, but it ain't much I could do about it. She done said it now.
Okay. So do you agree with her or disagree with what she's saying?
I disagree with what she's saying.
So she was saying that she feels that he only is living with you because he gets to be a man and he doesn't really have strict rules or anything. Do you have discipline?
I let him make the choice on how he wants to live his life. If it's a good choice, follow through with it. If it's a bad choice, you're gonna hear about it.
Got it. Okay.
He's going
Dropping
to
out
job.
of school, Quasia?
He's going to Job Corps because he wanted to get a trade, and I wanted him to get a diploma. He's actually going back to Job Corps. He leaves Monday.
Okay. Okay. Do you feel like your sister ever took responsibility for what happened?
I don't feel like she's taking responsibility for anything that's ever happened.
That's a lie. What are you talking about?
There's always an excuse for something that's happened. So at the end of the day, I don't get involved because it's not me. I got my own problems.
You don't feel like I take responsibility? Quasia, I've been out here. I take care of them kids from a distance. How do you think they come and find me?
Don't, and
Because
that's what
I
they're
take care of
supposed to
them
do.
kids.
You're their mother.
So what am I not doing?
You're their mother. They're supposed to come find you.
What am I not doing?
I never told him he couldn't come see you. I never told him he couldn't talk to you. What I told him was you need to have a conversation with your mother.
No, if he talked to me or if he come and visit me, then he got to deal with you. And you
No,
having
he
an
does
attitude
not.
with him.
No, he does not.
I've witnessed it.
You
and
witnessed nothing. What I said to him was, I asked him, what was your point and what was your purpose? When you come at him with a vulgar attitude and you're talking to him crazy, you don't have that right.
Remember, you said that.
You're his mother.
I can do that.
You're his mother. You're not his mommy. Get that clear.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
No.
Yes, I am. I never lost my kids because of bad parenting.
No, you lost your kids because of dumb mistakes.
Like what? Since you know everything.
Listen, honestly, I don't get involved in all of that. And I'm not going to speak your skeletons. You can speak your own skeletons. They're not mine.
I don't have any skeletons. You do have a lot.
You said that you take care of them from a distance. What did you mean by that?
Because they're always at her house.
All your kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Why haven't you asked Tyrill just to come live with you then?
I don't think that he wants to come and be in my environment because there's rules. There's structure.
But if you're his mother and you have an issue, and this is not judgment, I'm trying to get clarity. If you're his mother and you're saying you have a problem with how your sister is raising him, then it wouldn't be a choice. You're saying, you got to come live with me. You got to go on these rules. If you don't like what she's doing with the Job Corps, with his education, why wouldn't you just bring him in and then make those decisions?
I don't know. I've never thought about it to go against his will. I just always let him do what he's comfortable doing.
But that sounds like the same accusation you're making to her. You're saying that she lets him do his will and let him do what he wants to do. That was your argument for her.
That's like the pot calling the kettle black.
I think it's guilt.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel a little guilty from my absence.
Got it. Okay.
Like, I fought so hard, and here I am giving him leeway to make decisions to still be in that situation, even though he's not growing from it.
Did he ever talk to you about his mom, Patricia? What does he say?
At the end of the day, he tells me how he feel about people. He knows how I feel about her. He knows how I feel about my mother.
How you feel about
At the end of the day, I don't portray how I feel on them. I let them make their own decision on the people in their lives. Now, how he go about it, I allow him to have that feeling. I'm not going to stop him from feeling how he wants to, because at the end of the day, once you hit that age of 14 and 15 and you're asking these questions, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm the person who told him his father wasn't his father because he asked me.
She's a loser.
It's two sisters at war.
Your son is 17 years old, and he has more common sense than you.
One teen caught in the middle.
He wants to know who his father is. That's all that matters.
And one man who found out he could be Tyrell's father 3 days ago.
For me to find this out, this was a very shock to me.
So she was saying that she feels that he only is living with you because he gets to be a man and he doesn't really have strict rules or anything. Do you have discipline?
I let him make the choice on how he wants to live his life.
Sometimes I feel a little guilty from my absence.
Got it. Okay.
I'm the person who told him his father wasn't his father because he asked me.
No.
And we found that out years ago.
So this gentleman who's on the birth certificate.
No, my mother did.
And then when I called him, I called the big
did.
one, and I told him he needed to have a conversation with.
Got it.
An honest to heart conversation to let him know.
So you were there for that DNA test that was early on?
I was not. I was told about it.
Okay, you were told about it. From who?
My
mother.
Okay. I also heard from my producers that you said that there was hurtful things that she has told you about Tyrell. Is that true? What are those things?
When he had got suspended from Job Corps because he went to the one in New Haven, I fought for him to get back into Job Corps because I felt like it was a good program for him.
Got it.
Like he likes to cook. So he's going in for culinary.
So what was hurtful that I said?
When I talked to you and I told you he was going back to Job Corps, you told me he would end up to be nothing. That's when I completely stopped talking to you.
I never said that. I said,
Ask your son, because you said it to him.
He's going to mess up again. That's what I said.
That still shouldn't be said.
So what? It's the truth.
That still shouldn't be said.
It's the truth. And sometimes you gotta hear the truth.
I am not going to put that on him.
Sometimes you gotta hear the truth. You keep telling him lies. That's why he's failing.
I'm not telling him lies. I'm telling him he can achieve.
He's failing. He's not achieving nothing in your care.
What you fail to realize is your son is not slow.
He's not
slow. He's not dumb. He's an honor student.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And I'm not putting him down, but I know the truth. These are things.
How about the fact that he's trying to achieve something new?
These are things that need to be corrected.
How about the fact that he's trying to do better?
He's not
How about
trying
the fact
to do
that
better.
your son is 17 years old and he has more common sense than you?
No, you don't know how much common sense that he got more common sense than you. You up here trying to raise a street thug.
I am not.
You up here trying to raise a street thug.
If you honestly feel that way, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, he's going to do what he asked me. What he asked me to do was to help him get back in Job Corps because he wants to do something with his life.
No, and I wouldn't
leave him
have did it.
So if you feel that way, leave him alone.
How do you feel about your sister?
Man, listen.
She's a loser. She's a loser.
I'm a loser, but I'm the only one of my mother's kids with no criminal record.
You don't have none of your kids. You don't have none of your
my
kids.
children.
She don't have none of her kids, and she's on her way to get a long criminal sentence. That's from the activity that she do on her spare time.
I mean, if I'm doing something in my
Prison
spare
is your
time, where is
future,
my
honey.
prison? Where is my handcuffs?
Yeah.
I'm far
Be
from
a
you.
mommy to your own kids.
I'm far
'cause
from
they
you.
miss you, honey. They miss you. Get out that crack house.
What crack house?
I know about the crack house.
Did you know about
I
Steven?
would love to know where she came from with that.
Did you know about Steven?
No, I didn't know about Steven until my nephew told me a few
3
days ago.
Okay. So,
Yeah, but you know everything, don't you?
Apparently, I don't know about you tricking, so leave me alone.
That's definitely not a trick. Ain't nobody talking about your prostitution. Or you banging gangbangers, and that's supposed to be good for your kids, bringing them around?
I would
drug
love
dealers?
to know.
Don't drug dealers are good stepfathers?
This is what she want to do. This
I
is
wanna
why
stay
I didn't want to
focused
come
on-
up here.
I
It's
understand.
not
I wanna
about me, and at the end of the day, I don't have a criminal record. I did what my nephew wanted me to do.
Which
You're
was
about
So
to
at the
get
end of
one.
the day, he wants to know who his father is. That's all that matters.
And still ain't got
Stop
no
playing
job.
with me.
So I actually want to get to Steven and get his point of view because Steven is a big piece of this. When was the last time you were in contact with Steven?
Monday?
Monday. But prior to Monday, when was the last time you were in contact with him?
Like 2 weeks before that, and then prior to that it was like maybe a year. I kept in contact with him.
Oh, so you've been keeping in touch with contact with him throughout the years?
Yes.
So have you ever at any point told him that he has a child? That he potentially has a child?
I told him when I found out that went behind my back and did the DNA test.
Well, let's see what Steven has to say about all this before we get to the DNA outcome. So everyone, please welcome Steven to the show. He couldn't be here in audience, so. Steven, thank you for being here. I gotta ask you, when and
No
how did
problem.
you hear about Tyrill?
Well, it has been a while now since that she contacted me on Facebook and let me know what's going on.
Okay. So are you talking about like 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
Well, I haven't heard nothing from her in a long time. It has been over about maybe 17 years. For me to find this out, this was a very shock to me.
Okay, because she said y'all were talking about this a year ago, and also 2 weeks ago, and a couple of days ago. Is that true?
Maybe 2 weeks ago, she hit me up on Facebook and was telling me about this situation. But, you know, this is something that should have been dealt with a long time ago.
Okay.
You know, for her son not to have
So when
a
she
father
told
figure
you,
in his life.
did you believe her? And if you didn't, why didn't you?
If he's my son, I'm going to be there.
A shocking revelation comes out next.
There's only one other possibility.
Steven, I see you shaking your head. What are you thinking about?
Will Tyrill want to hear the DNA outcome with his mother or not?
Just let everyone know, I'm keeping Tyrill in the green room.
I would rather you let him sit out here.
Stay tuned.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
I also heard from my producers that you said that there was hurtful things that she has told you about Tyrill. Is that true?
Yes.
What are those things?
You told me he would bend up to be nothing.
Things
How
that
about the
need to
fact
be
that he's trying to
corrected.
achieve
These are
something
things
new?
that-
And he has more common sense than you.
Well, let's see what Steven has to say about all this.
Well, I haven't heard nothing from her in a long time. It has been over about maybe 17 years. For me to find this out, this was a very shock to me.
When she told you, did you believe her? And if you didn't, why didn't you?
You know, when somebody I haven't seen her in so long, for her to just bring this to my attention, you know, with me having a successful business and stuff like this, I didn't know what was going on at this point.
Got it. I understand.
But at the same time, you know, her son should know who his father is. You know what I mean?
I understand, yeah.
He's grown and stuff like that at the same time. So
If we find out that Tyrell's your son, what will change for you, Steven?
you know, a lot would change. I would have to, my family and my kids, we would have to be a part of his life.
Got it.
You
Okay.
know?
So you're open,
Yeah.
you're open, Steven, to him being your son.
Of course I am. You know, I feel like my father wasn't there in my life, so if he's my son, I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? You know,
Got
even
it.
if he's not there, even if he's not my son, I would like to still, you know, be there for him. He could talk to me or contact me. You know what I mean? Because I understand when you don't have that father figure around.
Yeah. Listen, I do know that there has been a father figure that's been in his life. Quaisha, it's your boyfriend. Lamond is your boyfriend's name?
Yeah, they have a good relationship.
Yeah, I was hearing that from my producers,
He
and
is definitely
he's
not
here.
no role model.
I heard today that he's here. Lamond, can you step up for me?
Definitely not no role model.
Lamont, thank you for being here. So, how do you feel your relationship with Tyrill is?
It's strong. You know, I've only known him for about 2 years now. Really do feel like he's a smart kid and he wants to know his dad. It's just the situation that's going on of not knowing if this person is or this person is it can get real, it can give somebody anxiety, you know what I mean, that they can't handle, especially at his age.
Yeah. So from your point of view, does Tyrill have a good relationship with your girlfriend?
Of course.
They do.
Listen, they talk all night long to the point where sometimes I can't sleep.
Yeah, got it. I asked him backstage if he loves you, and he said he loves you very much.
I know, he made me cry.
Yeah. What do you think he needs right now?
A lot of love and support. You know what I mean? That's all you can give a young man at this moment and stage in his life where, you know what I mean, he's trying to find his dad. He's trying to rekindle whatever situation with his parents while still, you know what I mean, getting the support from his backbone, you know what I mean? I can understand that.
From your opinion, because you're there, do you feel like he gets love and support from his mother?
Honestly, the last thing I heard was that she kicked him out the house, but...
No, he left.
Listen...
So, see, this is
no
why you
disrespect,
can't listen to kids.
But...
How old was
He's
he
not
when
a
he
child.
What
He's
do you mean?
17. He can speak
He's
how
not
he feels.
grown either.
He's not gonna lie either.
He's a child.
He's
And
not
he
gonna
is-
lie, and he's not a
and
child.
he
He's
is
a young
gonna lie.
adult, and he's
And
gonna
he
get
is
treated
gonna
that
lie.
way.
Steven, I see you shaking your head. What are you thinking about?
It's a shame, you know. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is sad.
At the end of the day, if Steven wants to get to know him, he has free range to do just that.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Khadijah, what are you going to do if Steven is not the father?
There's only one other possibility.
And who's that possibility?
My ex-boyfriend.
Okay. Have you ever told Tyrill that name?
Yeah.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because when I asked your son backstage if he's ever heard of anyone who could potentially be his father, he only said about and he said he's never heard any other name. So...
I had a discussion with him and told him there's 2 guys that could be your father.
And when was this?
This was about a month ago.
Okay, okay. Well, listen, I think it's time for us to get to the DNA outcome. Just to let everyone know, I'm keeping Tyrill in the green room. I don't want him out here for any of this, just because in case we don't get results that will support him, I don't want him to be here and be hurt. If there are great results...
I would rather you let him sit out here, because he wants to know for himself. I don't want him to feel like being left out.
If you feel like you really want him out here, I will respect that. I'm just giving my professional opinion.
I would say at least ask him, because it is about him. It's not about us.
Okay. You know what? I respect that. I'm going to go back there and ask him. Okay?
Okay.
I will. I'm going to go back there, and then we'll come back to the DNA results. Hey, Tyrill, how you doing?
Will Tyrill want to hear the DNA outcome with his mother or not?
I want to know, do you feel like you want to sit out there and receive these results?
Don't miss his emotional decision next.
Her son should know who his father is.
If we find out that Tyrill's your son, what will change for you, Steven?
My family and my kids, we would have to be a part of his life.
Listen, I do know that there has been a father figure that's been in his life that's been sort of supporting him. Quaisha, it's your boyfriend. How do you feel your relationship with Tyrill is?
It's strong. He wants to know his dad.
Well, listen, I think it's time for us to get to the DNA outcome. Just to let everyone know, I'm keeping Tyrill in the green room.
I would say at least ask him, because it is about him. It's not about us.
Okay. You know what? I respect that. I'm going to go back there and ask him. Hey, Tyrill, how you doing? So, listen, I've been talking to your aunt. I've been talking to your mother. I've also been talking to Steven. And we're about to get to the point now where we're going to get the truth, the DNA outcome, to find out if Steven's your father. I want to ask you if you feel, you want to come in? Come on in.
Okay. Proceed.
I'm going to ask you if you feel as if you want to come out there for these results. Either way, we're going to bring the results to you so that you can find out. But I want to know, do you feel like you want to sit out there and receive these results?
Yeah.
You do. Okay, then. And you feel secure with that?
Yes.
Okay.
This is why I said ask him. I knew he would want to sit on the stage and be able to see the person and voice his own opinion.
Okay, then. Okay. I want to make sure that you're always protected, whatever the information is, because I don't know the results. If it's positive or negative, I want to make sure that the adults are able to have conversations without you feeling like you're in the middle of it, like you have to protect anyone. So I just ask for you that if, no matter what these results are, that the adults on stage don't have any conversations.
He knows he can talk to me about everything.
Listen, you have two adults that we know. Your mother's out there as well, but we know for sure with you coming back here, you have two adults that will be able to manage and help you and support you. So let's go on out and so you can get these answers.
All right.
Okay?
I am trying.
Yeah, I can tell. You're doing a good job. Everyone, this is Tyrill. Tyrill, as well, I want you to meet Steven. Steven couldn't be here with us today, but he's on video. You can see him right here. What did it feel like seeing him for the first time?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really got no thought behind it.
Okay, okay. Well, we're about to get to the truth of this matter. But before we do, Steven, is there anything that you want to say?
If I am your father, if you give me the opportunity, I definitely want to do what I can to help you, man, because, you know, everybody deserves a father. You know what I mean? I know it's just, you know.
And I know you hearing that.
I know you're going to.
It's hard for you to trust that, believe it, because you've spent 17 years. So no one's expecting you to jump and, you know, believe anything anyone says right now, because you've had a childhood that has informed you otherwise. But
it's not my fault, though.
Yeah, agreed. It is not your fault. Agreed. It is not your fault. And I think, but it's important for you to understand, which is what I was going to say, it's not his fault. And the fact that he's here and willing to tell you that he'll make the commitment is a good thing. Well, let's get to this DNA truth. In this envelope is the DNA truth. It's a 17-year mystery that you have been waiting for. You've been waiting to find out. You've also been waiting for. This entire family's been waiting for. This is never my truth to open. So, which one of you would like to open this?
You want to open it?
You can sit back down. And if you could read it out loud for us.
Will this teen find out Steven is his father? Or will he find out his mother is wrong? The emotional answer is unlocked next.
Hey, Tyra, how you doing? So listen, I've been talking to your aunt, I've been talking to your mother, I've also been talking to Steven. We're about to get to the point now where we're going to get the truth, the DNA outcome, to find out if Steven's your father. I want to know, do you feel like you want to sit out there and receive these results?
Yeah.
This is never my truth to open. So, which one of you would like to open this?
You want to open it?
Steven is not Tyrell's father.
Oh.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm bothered.
Okay.
Okay. Steven?
Sorry, Steven.
It's all good. Let me say something, though. At the end of the day, man, you know, if you still need somebody to talk to or anything, please feel free to holler at me, man. Your mother got my information. I'm not your father, but I could be your friend.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you, Steven, so much for being here. I have to tell you, I find something very difficult right now, is that when we heard these results, your first response was to say sorry to this man and not to your son.
Sorry.
What is your thought right now? Yeah, it's a lot to process. I understand.
I have no thought. I kind of seen it coming.
Yeah. Your mother said she told you about another man named... Did she?
I told you it was two possibilities. I told you it was two possibilities.
Yo, who's bro?
I told you the one your grandmother keep bringing around you.
Your grandmother brought around you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Who's
He's seen him.
No.
No.
Yes, he has.
No, I have
he has
not.
not.
Yes, I still talk to
So
to
hold
this
on.
day.
So what I don't want to do, you got that information. Lamont, would you do me a favor? I know that you've been a support. You and Lamont have a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
Would you do me a favor? You can come on down here. I think it'd be great for you to come down. Tyrill, again.
I've never seen him.
Tyrill, I think you've been, no. I'm gonna ask y'all, actually, would you take him backstage for me? I think y'all been great. Tyrill, you've been awesome. I'm gonna come back there and talk to you some more. I want you to go back there and y'all can be there to support each other. Okay. The reason I asked your boyfriend to take him back is because I want him right in this moment to be surrounded by love and to be, it's exactly what we talked about backstage.
Hostility, I get it.
Yeah, I don't want him to be alone. I don't want to be isolated. I want him to be with somebody. And since they have a good relationship, I want him to take him back. And the reason I asked you not to take him back because I need you to stay, because I think it's important for us to have a conversation. What I have witnessed right now, and the reason I didn't want him around this, is that infuriated me. That infuriated me. I mean, more than you can understand. Like, I'm actually shaking in my legs because for me to watch you as his mother apologize to a stranger and not to your own son gave me all the information I needed. It showed me about your concern and where you're at. Okay, I think what you have to do, and this is honesty, is that you have to start understanding that, unfortunately, you have not been the best mother.
No, I haven't.
Okay, then. I went backstage to go talk to your son. And when I turned around, I honestly thought I would see his mother. And I saw his aunt. His mother figure came and protected and made sure that I gave him free choice and free will and made sure I was there. I'm giving you a roses. I saw what happened. I'm going to apologize because my tone was not what it should have been. And it was not for you to feel like your past choices, that I'm here to judge them. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I sincerely mean that. My intention by doing that, though the impact was different.
Yeah, because if I knew you wanted me to get up and run back there, I would have went back there the whole day.
Hold on, so I gave you an apology because I wanted to make sure you understood that I understood your point. Now, you saying that if I wanted you to, this is what I mean about your instincts with him being his mother. Your son was backstage and getting information about a critical moment in his life. You did not come. So what I want you to understand is that if you want to have a better relationship with your child, you have to make amends and peace with yourself. Your own words was, I feel guilty. You have to release that guilt. Because the only thing that guilt is doing is keeping you clouded of the information you're giving him, is keeping you clouded of giving him support. That's the only thing it's doing. And the feud you have with her is only going to drive more of a wedge between you two. Because again, why I brought up her running back is that in his mind, the person who ran back to protect me, to make sure I'm there, wasn't mom. So if you start talking about the woman who is protecting me, who do you think I'm gonna defend? That's what your son is doing. He's like, this woman has my back, this other woman doesn't. So for him to understand you have his back, you have to make peace with the fact, yes, I wasn't a mother that you needed. Have you ever said that to your son?
Yeah.
Have you?
I've had conversations with him, and I apologize to him for not being there for him. Because what I wanted to do the most was be there every single day, every waking moment.
Okay. I'm not going to bring your son back out here because I'm not going to re-trigger him. He's 17, and I'm not going to redo it. If you would like me to help you with another DNA test, I will keep paying for them because he deserves to know who his father is. And I think also the transparency that you have, if you want my advice, is tell him you're going to try to find this because he deserves it. Use that type of language. My second piece of advice is that you're going to have to make sure that you give her respect when it comes in front of your son. Because this is the person who's taking care of her.
It's the same thing, vice versa. She got to respect me too. I'm not any less of a woman.
I don't speak negatively about you around your son.
I'm pretty good at discerning character.
I don't care how you feel either then.
Okay. Do you care how your son feels?
Absolutely.
So then take my advice and only talk good about her when you're around him. And tell him what you're going to do through actions to show him that you love him now. Okay? I'm telling you, that's the only way you're going to reconcile this, where he doesn't turn 25 or 30 or 40 and feel like he doesn't know you and that he doesn't love you. But
no, he loves his mother. Yeah. He does.
I believe it. I believe it. She's telling you that he loves you.
I know
But
that.
before that love is lost, because you're at a tipping point. This is where he's going to have to either see the respect for you and the love for you, or it will tip the other way. So do that work. You keep up the good work. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job. I wish you both the best, and I'm here for both of you if you need any more support, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Everyone, thank you for being with us. Make sure to come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and we can keep growing. I love you all.